are right at the front end of this system, as we were seeing earlier, and you can see some evidence of that. As we take a look off towards Mount Rainier and Paradise, we do have some precipitation that's coming down, but it looks like it's more in a wet form than it is in a flake form. That's going to change. Snow levels will continue to drop. I'll tell you more about that in a moment, but as it stands right now, looks like roads are bare and wet. Snoqualmie Pass is looking pretty good, and Stevens Pass is looking good as well. But if you do have some plans to traverse either of those, there's a time to do it and a time not to do it. Basically, for the rest of this evening and the first half of tomorrow, you should be fine. It looks like those snow levels are going to sit between about 3,500 and 4,000 feet. Fast forward to midday tomorrow. We start off at about 3,500, and then we will drop down to about 2,500. Now, Snoqualmie Pass is at 3,000, so that's when we expect that snow to start accumulating along the roads there. And then by Tuesday, it gets down to about 1,500 feet, but looks like the system will be moving out by then, so we're not expecting a whole lot of heavy precipitation then. I'll walk you through that coming up using Futurecast. So here's what it looks like in the big picture, dropping down to about 1,500 feet on Tuesday, bouncing back up to about 6,500 on Thursday, and then back down to about 2,000 on Saturday. Lots of watches and warnings. The ugly yellow mustard color is back. Our high wind watch has now been upgraded to a warning. That kicks in tonight and stays in place through Tuesday. The two main spots will be off towards our east there, where we'll see some gusts that'll get up to about 40, 50 miles an hour, and along the coast where we'll see some gusts getting up to about 60, and you can bet that there will be some power outages associated with that. So if you need to stock up on batteries and candles, now's the time to do it. Winter storm watch has been upgraded to a warning now as well. That kicks in tonight. Looks like at pass level we could get anywhere between a foot or two, but some spots could get up to about 5 feet. And yes, we are expecting travel impacts, especially starting tomorrow afternoon. A couple of flood watches to tell you about. Of course, we're keeping a close eye on the Skokomish, which basically floods every time it rains, but also we're getting some new guidance suggesting that the Snoqualmie could start to rise up to about moderate flood level. We'll keep a close eye on that because snow levels are low. Doesn't look like we're going to get rain on snow, but things could change. Small craft and gale warnings in place along the coast. We're taking a look at waves that'll be sustained about 10 to 15 feet, with some of them getting up to about 25. Obviously, you don't want to be anywhere near that, no matter how impressive it is and how much you want to get a picture of it. Take a look at forecasted wind gusts. They're going to switch around to the south tonight. This is about 3 o'clock in the morning, so along the coast, gusts will be in the low 30s. But look at this. The Puget Sound will have gusts getting up into the mid 40s from Tacoma through Renton all the way up through into Seattle. Even Bellingham and Mount Vernon will see those gusts getting up into the mid 40s as well. By the time we get to Monday morning, things start to back off, but still it'll be breezy out there and becoming more zonal, which is a fancy way of saying that it'll be coming in basically from the west to the east, and that's when we'll start to see that convergence kicking in that could start to throw more snow up between Everett, Seattle, and into Stevens Pass. As we go towards Tuesday morning at 11:30, things finally start to mellow, and this story has a happy ending. By the time we get to Tuesday, the sun will come out again and the wind will settle down. Take a look at future radar. We've got snow that's flying in the mountains, especially in the central and northern portion of the Cascades. By the time we get to tomorrow morning, it's going to be a washout for most of us, especially along the I-5 corridor. We will have a pretty healthy rain shadow from basically Port Angeles across to Mount Vernon there. As we go through the afternoon, we expect that to close a little bit. We'll see some of that heavy rain. Look at tonight about 11:30, and that's when we start to see some of that instability moving in there as well. So as we go through the day tomorrow and the frontal boundary passes, there could be enough juice there to fire off some thunderstorms, especially down towards the southern portion of our viewing area. So fast forwarding, here's what we're looking at. Finally, by the time we get to Tuesday, this starts to wind down. Even the mountain snow should finally clear out by the time we get to Tuesday night about 10:30 p.m. and then we will warm. Look at snow totals. We're going to get very impressive totals. We'll give you some updates on that during the next half hour. Big thing to look out for is Thursday. We're going to warm close to 70. Friday, back into the mid 50s.